everybody, Camelia here. Welcome back to a new sewing video chat. So today I have to share with you my project from Knipmode 10/2024, so from October. And if you've seen my flip through from a few days ago, of course you will remember that I was talking about this dress, that this was my project from this issue. As you might know, I'm trying a little bit my best to make every month at least one project from Knipmode. And well, I think until now I did it every month. Maybe I skipped one month, I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm doing my best. So today I'm going to talk about this dress, dress number 15A. They also made it as a top in the magazine. And let's see, you can see it here. And they have it also in another fabric, in a jacquard knit or something like that. Because I'm already sewing, before I start with the details about the dress, please consider subscribing. Very, very important. A thumb up to the video and a little comment is very, very helpful. And if you are doing that or considering doing that, I'm very, very grateful. Thank you so much. So the dress, as I said, I'm already sewing for a while with Knipmode, and by now I know my fit in their patterns. That being said, I still need to make some adjustments, of course, but I noticed that in their size range from S to XXL, the size that I need to have for knit patterns is a size M. And with a size M as a starting point, I need to make my standard adjustments, like small shoulder adjustment by taking 1 centimeter away from here, the top of the shoulder. It's not the official way how you should make that, but this is the way I'm doing it for myself, and it's working well. I don't need to adjust anything on the sleeve, so you know, that's what is working for me. So the 1 centimeter shoulder adjustment, and I always need to make also a sway back adjustment as in the most patterns. This one is sitting so funky because my doll has a hole here, so there is nothing to feel. I'm going to put pictures here with me wearing the dress. I want to show you some details on the dress. I'm going to take it off the mannequin also. So I started with a size M. I hope you can hear me well. I added my mic back. I'm going to look for a wireless microphone, so I don't need to sit here with or to stand here with my cables. And I wanted to show you also the pattern pieces, and I'm going to start with the back, of course, as every normal person should do. So this is the back piece. As you can see, it's only one big piece. And as I said, I chopped off 1 centimeter here at the top of the shoulder. Usually I was, in the past, I was making another adjustment to take that 1 centimeter away, but it's only 1 centimeter and it's working fine here. You know, if I have a pattern that I need to take maybe 2 centimeters, that's a lot, then I will work the pattern here from the inside, but with this one worked really well. The sway back adjustment, I made it also here a little bit above the waist, so I took about 1.5 centimeter from the length of the center back, going to nothing here on the side. Of course, in this pattern it's really nice that we have shaped center back seam, and that means that if I needed to take a little bit more to shape this back, let's see, then it was really easy to pinch a little bit more and then shape the seam more like I wanted to have it to fit my body well. And also on the pattern piece there is line here where you can cut it to make a top. As you can see here, I'm using one of their PDF patterns, and they have these days also patterns also for projectors, so you can, you know, if you use a projector you can use that. I'm not using a projector, I have one, but I still find it, you know, if I was to use my projector, I will still project to paper and trace it and then make my adjustments. I know there are people that they are doing their adjustments on the computer and then put it. I'm not. I like to work with this, and I'm not even making my my head busy with that to try it, because you know I like to work like this. So this is the back, and then we have here the front. And you know, the dress, you know, it was better to talk about the design a little bit. The dress is really easy. The back, as you've seen, is plain. It's really easy to make. The front is one pattern piece, this one, which you need to cut it with the fabric facing up, single layer of course. And then you can see here there is a little bit of an extra piece on the bodice, and what you need to do, you have to cut 2 strips of fabric. The measurements are on the pattern, of course. You cut 2 pieces of fabric, one for the right belt and one for tie and one for the left. The right one is getting first of all, I pressed it in half in order to get a really nice crease from the beginning, and then open it again, put it right sides together with the front bodice and sew this little seam here. Then you put the tie right sides together, and then you need to sew the length of the tie, and you bring it all the way to these markings on the pattern, and then you turn it to the right side, make a little clip here in order to be able to turn it all the way. It's really easy, huh? Of course I did the narrow shoulder adjustment also on the front piece. And then you come with your skirt, and this is the skirt. It's cut on the fold, the front skirt, and then it's actually really easy. I'm going to take the dress for a moment from the mannequin. Let's see, well, my mannequin is really sticky. You know, when I've seen the dress in the magazine, I was thinking, well, this is going to be something really complicated to make. But it's not, it's really easy actually. If you see the pieces, the pattern pieces, you know already. This is from the inside. Let's see. This is the front seam. And you can see that it's looking a little bit funky here, because here you have actually on the front, you have the belt. And you sew, actually you sew from one side till you get to that point where the tie is, and then you stop. I think I did stop. You could sew in one step and then sew from the other side all the way to the side seam. It's a really, really easy pattern to make actually. As you can see here, I added also some stay tape in the shoulder seam. You know, I used to add always clear elastic in my shoulder seams, but sometimes I find that that's adding just a little bit too much bulk, and by adding that seam tape is, you know, it's a much, how should I say, thinner product to use than the clear elastic. All right, okay. So that's how all this is constructed. You will have here a little seam between the tie and the front, but you know, when everything is getting tied like this, something like this, well, not really, then you really cannot see that that seam. I was worried that I'm going to see that. I'm also thinking now, I remember something. Let's see. Yeah, you know, when I made the back, where is the back? Here. You know, when I was cutting the back from the fabric, I was thinking, well, this back, this is so small here, this is never going to fit me. So what I did, I cut it actually with about 1 centimeter extra here, exactly at the waist. Because, you know, I was thinking if I need to take that away, it will be okay. But this here, this looked to me like it was really, really too small. And I made it like that, and in the end, when I put it on for the first time, I realized that actually I really need to take away that, what I added at the center back, in order to have it really nicely fitted, like you see it in the pictures. And also I came in on the sides and took it just a little bit more, I think about not more than 1 centimeter extra here, exactly at the waist, and of course blending from here up to 1 centimeter and then blending back into my hips. So just a little bit. So if you see the pattern piece like this, again, this is an M, and you think, well, this is really, really small. If that's your usual size, just make it, it's going to be really okay. Another change, this is the sleeve. And actually they use the main pieces of this pattern, they use them for another model here in the magazine. I just want to show you that because you can definitely, let's see, that's this dress. You can definitely use actually the sleeves of that one. Let's see if I can find it. You can use those sleeves which are more fitted to put them on the same dress. Why I cannot find that? You know, when you need something and you cannot find it. Yeah, so this one. I think you can definitely use the sleeves from this one, which are more fitted, into these dresses. They use the same, this is model 16, yes, they use the same pattern pieces, the back and I think a little bit from the front, or no, only the back. So the armhole should be the same length. You could definitely use, if you like more, this more straighter sleeves. In my case, I really wanted the puff one, the puffy ones like they have it in the magazine with the cuff. But I did not want to have them like really long to get them like this, to get this blousing effect here. I want them to have them like this to really show the gathers into the cuff. So in order to avoid this look, after a bit of measuring, I measured my arm, measured the sleeve, accounting of course for the cuff. I decided that I want to have the sleeve about 5 centimeters shorter. So usually I'm splitting, if I need to take 5 centimeters from the length, I'm splitting a little bit between above and under the elbow level, let's say, somewhere about there. But in this case, I also wanted to take because this sleeve is going, of course, at the bottom a little bit wider as it goes down, and I wanted to take also a little bit away from that. So I took 2 centimeters from the bottom, so that brought it a little bit higher, and 3 centimeters a little bit in the middle, something like this. And this is what I used to get the sleeve like this. Something to remember, this French terry is not very stretchy. It's really not. I don't know if it has elastane in it. I think it, I don't know. The fabric is from Driessen. I'm going to talk about it in a moment more. Something to remember, because the sleeve there is quite a bit of volume. You will not be able to, only if you use the same fabric for the cuffs, you'll not be able to stretch the cuff. Actually, it's just a little bit stretched, so there's no way that you are going to be able to stretch the cuff all the way to accommodate all this width of the sleeve. So you have to gather the sleeve up front and then to put it on the cuff. What I like to do when I need to do something like this, I like to put a mark where is the middle of the sleeve, and I put a really big mark, so when everything is scrunched up, if I have only a little notch, when everything is scrunched up, it's really hard to see that notch. So I'm making a big line, and then I know where the middle of my sleeve is. Before I talk about the fabric, as you did notice, definitely, the dress here has a cowl, as you can see on this one, on this girl too. And I have a cowl too, which is this one here. So this will be my dress with a cowl, something like this. But because I wasn't sure how this is going to look, you know, there is a lot of dress here, of a lot of fabric. You have the length, which is quite a bit, you'll see it in the pictures of course. You have the long sleeve with the puffy mouth, you have the draping here. So I was thinking, I was almost sure that I'm not going to like the extra fabric here. So to decide if I wanted that or not, what I did, I finished the dress, only the neckline was not finished. I did make the cowl, and I put the dress on, I put the cowl over my head, and I decided I really didn't like it because it was really too much. Actually, also in the Knipmode they say that you could definitely make another neckline. So to make it really easy, actually this is the original neckline. I just cut a strip of fabric, of course measured, and I think it's almost 1:1. As again, it was not necessary to put it tight or whatever. So I think it was 1:1 ratio. So I cut it almost maybe 1 centimeter shorter. Stitch it to the neckline with 1 centimeter seam allowance. Turn it to the back, or about 1 centimeter, and then top stitch it and just cut it on the back really close to the stitching line. I think it's beautiful. It's really, really easy to make this adjustment. Another word on the cowl, something to remember if you're using a French terry like this, which is really not stretchy, before you are putting on your dress, put it on your dress if you really want to have the cowl, I highly recommend you to try on the collar piece to see if it's getting over your head. With me, this was just enough to avoid taking all my makeup when I put the dress on. But it was pretty tight, so that's something really that you need to check before you stitch it on the dress. Most of the dress is sewn with the serger. I did use for some bits, I did use my sewing machine. The hem of the dress is made with the cover stitch machine. And this one was actually the last hem that I made with my Euphoria cover stitch machine, because after I finished this dress, I got a new cover stitch machine from Babylock, the Primo, you know, the one with the wipers that is giving you the possibility to add some extra threads. And here are some samples, and I think that's a great machine. Here you can see it on this French terry. It's really, really cool. So I think for our next project I'm going to use it also. Fabric wise, as I said, this is a French terry from Driessen. I'm really sorry that I don't have, it's something cotton. I don't know if it's, I don't think it has elastane, I think it doesn't. The color, this is olive. I really wanted a similar color like in the magazine. I really love that color. This is an olive, the olive color from Driessen. And I have here another one. This is an, I think it's lavender, it's called. This is also beautiful, but this one is intended for something else. And I was thinking, you know, I was watching here around. I'm still packing my stuff. I'm not sure when I'm going to move, but the stuff is getting into boxes because I have so much. And I found this fabric, and this is actually also from Driessen. This is their Angora sweater knit or something like that, which is very soft and really beautiful. I think this will be really beautiful for this dress. And I have here another similar one, but this one is a printed version. Another sweater knit. Can you imagine how beautiful this will be for a dress like this? It's really nice. And of course this will also work, I think, with the ponte knit. Definitely also a little bit shorter, maybe with a tighter sleeve will be really nice. A lot of options for this pattern. I think this is, you know, if you really want to try something from Knipmode, this is definitely, I think, a good choice, because you are getting to tie these ones here together. You can also bring the feet a little bit in. Again, having the center back seam here, it's making it really easy to adjust the back. Yeah, I highly recommend this pattern. In other words, what I'm making? Oh, I'm busy with making something with fabric from Minerva, and I think it's their cotton linen. I want to say cotton linen. And I'm making a Camelia blouse. It's really called like that. And it's a blouse that has on the upper part of the body, it's a lot of scallops. I do have the scallops done, but not the rest. I think it's going to be really beautiful. I'm working on it now. And the Camelia blouse is from La Maison Victor, you know, the old magazine. And I'm going to put links when I have it done, because actually you can download the pattern free. Is this one here, the white one, the white blouse. You can download it free, so I think it's a really nice pattern, and especially it's free, you can give it a try. So the Knipmode pattern from October is finished, and I know already what I'm going to make from the next month. Yes, I do. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got some tips. If you have any questions, as usual, put them in the comments. Again, please don't forget giving thumbs up to the video. Very, very important. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!